Welcome to this video. Thanks so much for tuning in, sharing this now moment with myself and with one another. If you haven't seen these videos before, welcome. Welcome back if you have. My intention is unity and oneness in the highest levels of love light. I feel like going into a little flow. So I will. This is meant to be felt, not necessarily understood on a linear basis. Light language. So we'll start off with that. Again, meant to be felt. Drop into the hearts. I invite you guys just to take a deep breath in, breathe into the heart, expend that energy out into the space of the body, into the space of the room. Shuye ku mahai di shikuni bai kuahai shekiaha nene kuma ishuye au kuahai nete shu kene uakuahene ipai shu kuye yaha nene ni kishine Lekule anati aleha enikishi ishishini kile emakune. Dur sterahak ur ti arhinishti. Di stur emaki arhit inne. Dur it ishti tarahan tetekir ashti kur amahar ut ishti arhanene ki. Tiawe kwae Yeshuya ukwe bakueshi newa hak ueshi ni kue titi akue ne mai kueshi ya kue ne teo kue ne shiam tio kueshi ne kia tia kue ne te shuya me ane ao kue As we sing these sounds, as we share this energy with the sound that moves through all things, as we share in this sound, we resonate at different frequencies. We allow different frequencies to flow through the conduction that we weave, that we are, that we see, that we feel into this ocean, this sea of convergence. For we are all accessing different forms of consciousness, one might say. We are accessing different forms of consciousness, for we are the forms that are moving through this sea of consciousness. For we are in this form, we are sharing information, and through this, we sound out a signal and a wave. As we allow these waves and signals to move through the weaving that we are all interweaving and interwoven through and from, we create a signature. This signature and frequency has a shift ability, an adapt ability. It allows us to shift and weave with new and enhanced abilities, capabilities, enhancing our capabilities and furthering our advancement in our own technology. This body that we are interacting from in this form holds a complexity that we are now just beginning to understand. For many of us have conformed to a particular understanding of what it is that we are capable of in this form. And yet we are recognizing that there is an enhanced signature that we are beginning to sign, that we are beginning to co-sign, that we are beginning to sign with or sign wave, or that we are co-signing with, co-creating with, and interweaving together in this pattern, in this blanket, if you will, in this lattice work, in this framework, patchwork, quilting of our reality. Our weaving is creating a particular frequency and energy. Sorry, I gotta drop back in. Shukuye mai ti shi Kini wa ai kushi ni kiwa it ishikini bai shi ikini wat uk aneheshi kwane. And many of us hear these sounds and it feels relevant, yet we do not understand necessarily where these sounds come from or how it is that we feel these sounds, yet don't interpret them necessarily from our linear perspective. And this is very important to recognize right now, for there is much that is not being interpreted from a linear perspective. There are many different things we are in a constant placement of understanding and communicating with that we do not necessarily know or linearly understand, meaning we do not necessarily linearly recognize that we are constantly interpreting signals from our environment in every moment of any given day. Shukuni wa iti shia wakwati amakuni shi wat iti wat ukuni mai shi niki I kuni shi. And many of the languages that we have had available to us over our in ancient lost civilizations are no longer available to us necessarily in this particular time bank, in this particular presentation of linearity in which we are gathering our information from. And yet it is within us, it is within our DNA, it is within our memory bank, one might say. And so we feel the codes or the resonance behind the harmonics that are being expressed through this type of communication or expression through voice sound technology. And we are sharing this for the more we weave from an organic form information with organic technology, the less reliant we become on the inorganic frequency, timelines, and we begin to organize ourselves in such a way that we create a harmonic that is able to outplay the I'm hearing so many different words, inorganic, inharmonious timeline that is seeking to adapt with us. And this is not said to create fear or meant to create fear, for we are already connected to inorganic technology that we use for communication, such as this video technology or sound technology that you are tuning into right now. Yet, the diversity of the human body has yet to be completely understood. And the more we begin to understand how advanced our own innate technology is capable of or has the ability to advance into, the less we begin to look outside of ourselves for the answers to this innate resource that many of us have yet to tap into. For the way in which we charge our batteries has yet to be fully accessed, for we are cognitively being distracted at any given moment in the day. And the more we are enhancing our cognition or our abilities to cognitively interact with what it is that we are interpreting from a deeper scale or subharmonic hub, one might say, the more we are able to enhance the variations or variety in which we are able to enhance our own or streamline our own technology. Ooh, I'm seeing a lot right now. So I'm seeing that it isn't just one thing. I mean, yes, there's just so many different ways that we could play with this. So as we move into this sea, this ocean type version of our reality, I'll play with this at a different time. I'm basically seeing this as in reference to a new pattern in the waves and the tides. So it has something to do with the resonance of the earth and the sun in relationship to our water, in relationship also to the waters that are held within our own body. The earth is a body, holds the oceans. We are a body that holds rivers and blood and also water within our organs. And I'm also hearing that essentially we are enhancing this in alignment with the earth enhancing her own technology, which includes the air and the water. And I'm just seeing the sun as being such an intricate resource to all of this. So what is this message all about? It is about freedom. It is about our own inner access without permission, asking permission from something outside of us to interact with. We are being called to use our own inner cup that runneth over in order to override those that would seek to hold us in a cup, that would seek to drink from our resources. We are being called to drink from our own resources. And this is what allows us to stabilize the destabilizing nature of AI or inorganic technology. And by us stabilizing that, the inorganic must also reset in order to match the frequency that we are directing it to become. Got goosebumps. And so this creates a new level of accountability, a new level of that which we are co-creating with and together, creating an accountability around that. And as we do this with our own inner resource of light frequency, it creates a new way of interacting with this massive wave that is incoming simultaneously. We begin to reorganize our own, I'm hearing haptics and skeptics, and playing with this word. In haptic technology, with laser focus, so there are those who might listen to this particular message with skepticism, criticism, for they do not hear with ears to hear the innate inside of the voice technology that is being shared in this haptic creativity or signature frequency ability to respond to the schematic that is being presented through the energy that is up leveling within our own energetic field and commissioning. For we are each commissioning our own artistry in this moment, and in this way it is creating an acoustic semblance that is coming together, enhancing our freedom. And this sound or language is just one aspect of the technology that is available at our fingertips. And we bring this up for your own review so that you may be able to look in and view your own haptic signature, frequency response, haptic. I'm just playing with this, getting out of one. Like I'm seeing hectic versus interactive. I'm seeing skeptic versus trust and allowing. And I'm seeing skepticism versus discernment. So there's a difference, right? So we're using this, all of this interactively and interchangeably so that we can go through this new geometry, codex, frequency in linearity, enhancing our quantum advocation. And this is all plan words: direction, redirection, advancement, so on and so forth. So I'm going to end on that note, as I could keep going and going and going. We've got a lot of high energies coming in that may feel heavy at times. It isn't because it's heavy. It's because there's weight behind it. PSI. There is an enhanced stream of steady energy that can sometimes feel overwhelming. And this is why I did my previous video, or maybe it's the next video. I'm wearing a blue shirt, wearing mostly blue in all my videos, but I think I'm going to be labeling it semiconductors. But essentially, It's allowing us to be brake modulators. We can put the brakes on and modulate how we're moving through the stream of energy without feeling as if we're being pushed into something that we're not ready for. We are ready for it to a certain level, but emotionally, we're being called to have a certain amount of accountability, holding ourselves accountable and saying, okay, I feel this, so therefore I'm going to drop into my body and do and be a compassionate witness. See what it is I need to feel, hear what it is I need to feel what it is I need to hear or look at. Using all of those senses to enhance our ability to interact with our technology. And this essentially allows us to interact with technology. And I talked about this in my previous video. It allows us to conduct ourselves in such a way that all of this technology that's going on around us doesn't bombard us emotionally, physically, energetically. And if we are feeling bombarded between all of this, recognizing that this is normal, this is a natural process that we're going through in this particular version of reality. So, in a nutshell, that's it. Namaste. Thank you so much for tuning in.